Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. We are going to listen to Adrian Newey. Let's listen to him.
66 years old, starting a big new job. Congratulations.
I finished work effectively April, but I must admit by March, kind of getting the itch to do something again. And here we are in Monaco, the sun's shining. Life's pretty good.
What does F1's greatest mind really think of Alonso, Stroll and a Max move to Aston? Check this video out.
You've been missing the racing, have you? What is your role here this weekend and why Monaco?
First question, it's really observational. It's the first race I've been to with the team. So I'm just interested to see how they operate, how the pit crew works, the garage works. Monaco just seems a little bit more glamorous, if I'm honest, than Imola, if I go straight to it.
So your official title is Managing Technical Partner. What does that mean? Are you a shareholder in the team?
I am a shareholder in the team. I mean, it's Lawrence that came up and suggested the title, and it is, in effect, exactly what it is. Lawrence is very kindly always refers to me as a partner. He's entrusted me with the development of the technical side of the team, but I try to minimise the managerial side of it, but I guess it's part and parcel of the whole package.
So can you have any impact on this 2025 Aston Martin? It seems a bit reluctant to become competitive at the moment.
The 25 car's been a difficult car so far. I'm not doing any direct drawing work or spending ages poring over the wind tunnel results, if I'm honest. There's a small core team that is continuing to work on the 25 car. Ultimately, they're doing the work, not me.
So you're here for the 2026 car, really. Massive changes, power unit and chassis. How much scope have you got, the brain of Adrian Newey, to make a difference?
My main work at the moment has been looking at what I call the core architecture, which can loosely be described as the bits you can't change during the season. So the fundamental layout of the car, the front suspension, the rear suspension. If you get those right, then the bodywork you can try to upgrade through the year.
The contrast couldn't be clearer. While Aston Martin is experimenting with team structure and long-term plans, Verstappen and Red Bull are in full control of now. Max isn't waiting for 2026. He's rewriting the record books this season, one Grand Prix at a time, poles, wins, fastest laps. It's not just dominance, it's precision execution, week after week. Meanwhile, other teams are still trying to define their leadership, align departments, and stabilize development. That's years of groundwork Max has already turned into results.
Is there perhaps more scope in the 2026 regulations than you first thought?
So in that sense, it's a bit like the 22 regulations, where you initially look at them and think, oh God, these regs are so prescriptive that they're almost designing the car for us. But then as you drill into the details, you realise that there are actually a reasonable amount of flexibility in that.
You've got Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso as your drivers next year. What do you think about that pairing?
I think it's a great pairing. Lance, I think, gets an unfairly bad rap. You look actually at Lance's performance against his teammates when he's up against Checo, Sebastian, now Fernando, then he's no slouch at all. And Fernando, I mean, crikey, what a legend. Always the kind of two regrets of my recent career, if you like, i.e. not going back a long way, have been that I haven't had the opportunity to work with either Lewis or Fernando. So I've now got the opportunity to put one of those right.
It's interesting how teams see flexibility in the regulations as a creative challenge, while Max and Red Bull see it as an edge. That's the difference. They don't wait for loopholes or chase theoretical gains. They engineer their advantage into every single detail.
Happy days. Lots of talk that down the road Max Verstappen might follow you and Honda to Aston Martin.
I mean, Max, obviously a formidable competitor, but he's also a very simple beast, and I mean that in an entirely complimentary way. He just wants a fast car that he can showcase his talents in. So I suspect Max will always chase who he thinks will produce the fastest car.
Finally, with this massive reset, the facilities you've got, your experience, you have every bit as much chance of winning a World Championship 26, 27 as anybody else, don't you?
Aston has grown from a small, overperforming team to a very big team over a very short period. And we now need to settle down and kind of get ourselves well organised, getting everybody working together well, getting the structures in place, and as I said earlier, getting the tools in place.
Lovely to see you back in the paddock.
Thank you, Martin.
While Aston Martin is still refining its driver pairing with Alonso and Stroll, Verstappen's focus is singular. It's winning. Not later, not next season, now. He's not building toward potential. He's maximizing reality.
It was a very interesting interview, very honest interview with the Adrian Newey. As he said, like Aston Martin was a small team, let's say, and they are just growing up with the time, and we just understand that clearly he didn't do anything about the 2025 car. Little bit maybe he just helped the team, but their all focus is for the 2026 car, and let's say, to be honest, I can't wait to see to watch what kind of artwork will do Adrian Newey to the 2026 car of the Aston Martin. Yeah, thanks one more time. This will be the last video for our channel today. See you tomorrow for the post-race interview, press conference, and the other stuff. Just don't forget to like the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel.
What stands out is how clearly Max's priorities are understood. He wants speed, simplicity, and a team that delivers. That's never changed. If Aston Martin and Honda can check those boxes, then why not aim for the top? The facilities are there. The budget is there. And with names like Newey floating around, anything is possible. But let's be honest, Red Bull isn't slowing down. Verstappen has a machine built around him. Every element from strategy to setup revolves around maximizing Max. It's not just about designing a fast car. It's about building a culture that wins every single week. Aston Martin's potential is real, but so is the mountain they have to climb. And remember, you don't just beat Max Verstappen. You have to outdevelop, outrace, and outthink him across an entire season. So as we head toward 2026, one thing's clear. The road to the next title doesn't just go through regulation changes, it still runs right through the number one on Verstappen's car. Thanks for watching. If you're backing Max like we are, hit like, drop a comment, and we'll catch you after the next race weekend.